I'm Damon Zell, and this is your Eve Echoes weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, news update. But first, if you can tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then you can stay up to date with everything that this channel has to offer. Now, I do apologize for the audio quality of this week's episode. I do not have the mic I usually use with me currently, and I have to suffice with the mic that I use for communications while I'm playing the game. Now let's start up with an update on the little pilot. He is doing better. Again, he got better. He got sick. It's the winter weather. It's his older sister bringing bugs home from school. But yeah, he had a pretty bad virus that the doctors hit him up with basically a baby Z-Pack. a high dose of antibiotics. But he's doing great now. He's clear. He is very much challenging to change at this moment. He likes to do barrel rolls and then try to run away while naked. Those that have children understand this. But he's doing great. He's doing great. And I also want to say that this close to the holiday season, I do not know if I will be dropping another video on Christmas week or if I will wait till the end of the new year. But we're gonna see. We're gonna take things slowly. We're gonna see what happens. So let's get right into it. The patch notes for December 15, which brings some new and sometimes somewhat cryptic things to the game. First is the kicking off of their holiday events. The first is the Yule Festival login calendar. That starts on the 16th and will run to the 23rd. As long as you log in consecutively for the 7 days, you'll earn everything that's on that calendar. Now, also starting with that is what they're calling the Treasure Trove's Fading Star. And then this one will run from the 16th all the way to January 5th. And this is where it gets a little confusing. Apparently the Sisters of Eve have an urgent message for you, and that's giving you the gravitational wave graph. That's going to allow you to do some exploration style events and earn rewards from that. Now, there is a caveat to this, and that we have been talking about this in the content creator section, and you have to bear with it. There's a caveat to this. The wave graph analyzer, or the gravitational wave graph, sorry. You only get 3 from the catalog, and when successfully finding a site with this module, it will burn the module out, making a blueprint. So there are, and we're going to get to this, there are a number of clues with the second event coming right after this on the 22nd, the Golden Age, which is the second half of the Yule Festival. There are going to be 8 clues that you're going to have to kind of piece together to get the message, to get the final big reward. So, if you use all 3 graphs, and you are lucky enough with the random generator to get 3 separate clues, that means you are going to have to go to the market and purchase the other clues from the market, or purchase more graphs, wave graphs from the market as well. So they say to get the clues, you are going to view and receive daily rewards from your mail. You're going to participate in the Fading Stars treasure troves, and you're going to purchase them from the market. Because clues can be recycled or traded on the market. So, another way to make that money. But let me read what exactly they have here. This is to reveal the events, dock at any station, and the clues in your current inventory will be displayed on that page. Pay close attention to what's written in the clues. Determine the connection between the clues. Each event has 3 unique clues. Combine the clues correctly to reveal their corresponding event and get those rewards. This is why I say it gets confusing, because of events within events within events. There are 24 clues corresponding to 8 separate events. You reveal them all to unlock the final reward. And after the event ends, you'll have 3 days to view all the events, and be sure to reveal as many events as you can, because any rewards you missed will become unavailable after the event ends. It is very convoluted. It is very confusing. They really didn't give us a lot of information about it. I do suggest maybe going check out Benzi's video where he does discuss it. I haven't watched it yet, but I know he goes into detail about the events themselves. Now, there is another event as well, starting on the 22nd and running to January 15th. This is the Sun Chaser funding event. which is going to further the development, I'm using air quotes here, of the Sun Chaser navigational system. Basically, what they're talking about is the Jude engine, or a representation of that. It is going to be included with a Golden Age nanocore, which is equipped with the Sun Chaser navigation system. So there are rules to this. You'll need to locate the 7 star systems one by one. Each time you search a system, you'll need to use up some of the star navigational data. The amount of navigational data required varies between each of these star systems. Now, each star system consists of 12 celestial bodies, in total 11 planets and 1 star. Each time you locate something, the result will contain 1 to 3 random celestial bodies. You'll have an equal probability of getting 1, 2, 3 celestial bodies, basically a 33.33% for each. In the same star system, planets you've already located will be excluded from the search process. There is a defined amount of time for locating the star each time. Now, you'll be rewarded for every planet that you successfully find, and you'll receive all rewards for the star system if you successfully find the actual star. So, shortcut, if you can find the star, you'll get everything for that solar system, all the 11 planets. Then they go into what the gravitational wave graph actually is, how it locates abnormal gravitational fluctuations. Now, what you do need to know is that this can only work within a station, and it shows the precise location of the abnormal gravitational fluctuations after signal calibration and signal location. Basically, you're going to run this thing, you're going to play a little mini game, you're going to find it, and it's going to create a bookmark. After you do that, it's going to basically burn itself out. Now, about these bookmarks that you go to, please note that there are powerful enemies that will appear once a gravitational rift is discovered near the fluctuations. So they do recommend teaming up with your friends and piloting battleships. So I don't know if there's capitals in there, I don't know what's going on in there, I haven't done the event. Now this is where it gets crazy, okay? We're going to talk about the Sun Chaser navigational system. They basically go on to say that, from the collapse of the Eve Gate, the Jude developed this technology in order to leave New Eden and start the Great Voyage. Basically, what this is going to do is that the Sun Chaser navigation system can lock on and jump to a targeted star. And please be advised, they did not give us content creators any information about this. What we know is what you know. But from the onset of reading this, how you can lock on and jump to a star, and they say this, all the training centers, the ITCs, have been updated with navigational data for nearby stars. In addition, pilots can also send jump requests to other members of their fleet. Basically, it's like opening up a Sino, but what we gathered from this is that it allows you to jump anywhere except null space. So, what this basically means is if you're in high sec, you're in low sec. Let me go through the directions first. It says access the jump navigational screen via the operation ring. You'll see the navigational signal of all the ITCs in New Eden within that. On the save location screen, you'll see signals that you can jump to at the moment. On the flat screen, tap the avatar of the ally to send a request. If they agree, you'll be able to enable a Sun Chaser navigational system and initiate a jump. It also says that currently the Sun Chaser navigation system has been approved and implemented with the latest Golden Age nanocores. Basically, those nanocores are going to give you bonuses to the fuel you use, to the cooldown method of this, and that the system is unable to initiate jumps in NoSec. So, what does this mean? Okay, if you're on one end of the you're on one end of high sec and you want to get to the other end of high sec, you initiate the jump, boom, you're there. That's basically what it's saying. It's like basically an instant sino jump to basically anywhere in high sec and low sec. Now it does say fleet members as well, so now we don't know if that means you can jump to a specific fleet member. So if you have someone hunting in low sec and finds a mission runner, or where your fleet member is getting ganked somewhere and he sends out that request, and then boom, he has instant backup from all over high sec and low sec. Again, we don't know, we're speculating, but if that's the case, this is broken as hell. It will make hauling a hell of a lot simpler though, won't it? But beyond that, it's just broken. I'm sorry. Now, with this update, they are also adding in a new citadel structure. That structure is going to be the anomaly detection array and the base detection array. Now, the anomaly detection array can reduce the interval of discovering pirate base anomalies, which increases the frequency and of the anomaly occurrences in the system. It's going to make more Inquisitors, more Scouts, more dead spaces that aren't nihilists. The base detection arrays can lower the security level required for pirate bases to upgrade, as well as upgrade the interval between pirate bases. It allows systems with a higher security levels to have higher level bases and reduce the base's upgrade interval. It basically works 2 up and 2 down. So, if you put this in a tier 10 system, all it means is that your pirate base is going to, if you got blowed up, is going to level up quicker. If you are in, say, an 8 negative space, or sorry, I'm sorry, it's the holidays, my brain's shot. If you're in an 8 system, this will in effect make it a level 10. So you'll have level 10 anomalies via this device. But let's get into the actual patch notes, the optimizations, and we have the number 1, which is always there. They update the estimated prices based on successful transactions within the market. 2, they added a view location button to help locate the system after searching for it by name. The jump drive operation skill will now show in the applicable ships. The explosion radius of the capital cruise missiles has been adjusted to 6,500 meters. They improved the rules in which the supply approvals are displayed. Now only the 5 latest approval records are displayed on a page to avoid lagging caused by loading a large amount of data all at once. They also updated the design for the back button on the bottom left of the ship tree screen. They added a filter feature to the combat log. They added a function to open multiple op boxes at once. They tap and hold on any NPC ship in the lock list to view the target tips. Well, that's good. I guess tool tips for whatever NPCs you're fighting. Added new anomaly detection array and base detection array. They added the tactical overlay. After enabling battle settings, it will display automatically when zooming in and out of the camera. Now, they did have this back in the beta. Now, when you would put on the overlay, you would be able to see out, say, 10, 20, 30, 50, all the way up to 100 km out, and where all the ships around you are on that chart. So you basically know their optimal range right from looking at the map and not having to click on them to see exactly your distance of the ship. Now, this is working for iOS. However, now you do have to go to the Apple Store and the Android Store to actually upgrade the client to get the tactical overlay to work. Now, the problem with that is it's working for the Apple Store. It's still not there for the Android. So all of us using Android devices, sorry, we're SOL. And for your Plex market report, Plex is on the rise. It is around 1.7 million per Plex currently. I would, well, if you got the money, buy it. If you don't. You know, I can't tell you what to do with your money. But no, it is on the rise. I thought after the whole, Neon Rain that Plex would start to crash a little bit from the event driving up Plex prices, but they are still on the rise. In this week's community news, we find that all of New Eden has turned into a hot zone of conflict and strife. That's right, fighting can be found from Declan to Branch to Period Basin to Catch all the way to Impasse. That's right, several groups are fighting each other in several wars going across New Eden, null space regions. We first look at the war report between Genesis Federation and the Silent Federation. There's been some interesting things happening in the last 2 weeks. On the last report, I reported 4 citadels that were taken over or destroyed. In fact, in the last week and a half, the same has gone again. Genesis Federation has again struck in a blow to the Silent Federation in the score of 4 citadels. This time in the outer line reaches of the Silent Federation space of Tenal, which was taken over during the Fireflies War. Out of the 4 citadels, 1 was destroyed while 3 others were taken over. The citadel destroyed was in T-TAC K10W in Tenal. That one belonged to the Old School Senate, Corporation Outpost, price tag of 12.6 billion. The other 2 systems were AR-5SY and DE-TAC 4HB. Both of these citadels were taken over and entoased by the Space Cows TSC, allies to Genesis Federation. And the last was in System 3-TAC QYVE, a level 3 citadel that was been taken over by Genesis Federation EMP. Now, this was part of a 8-hour-long op to attack these citadels. Fighting had happened across many different systems, one of which was to start off the fight where both fleets held on opposite sides of the gate, waiting for the other to jump through. There were claims of a spy on opposite comms yelling "jump," which caused a few pilots to jump across and then get blapped by the opposite fleet. In fact, the battle in System AR-TAC 5SY, the local count rose to around 400. I am told that these battles on this day were a little bit easier, more manageable than previous battles. While there were still black screens and disconnects, they only lasted for about a half hour of the fight. I am told during that space of the fighting that both fleets on both sides, Genesis and Silent, both got opportune times of winning the grid and also losing the grid. Now, saying this doesn't mean that Silent has done just that, gone silent. In fact, no, they maintain that they enjoying the content brought to their doorstep, launched a counteroffensive against Genesis within their region of Period Basin. In fact, they did destroy the citadel located in E2-TAC RDQ, as well as launching and maintaining fleets within Genesis space, forming many stopgaps, including gate camps, as well as roaming parties to hit structures as well as radders. So the fighting is hot on both sides. Now, we know what's going on the Genesis side, I've reported on the past, but what we didn't know was going on the Silent side because the Silent leadership had gone silent for the last 2-3 weeks. I did reach out, and I found out that Nihilus has stepped down, and Gra Zen is the new executor of Silent. Now, reaching out to Silent leadership, I was given an official statement from the real Beck stating the Silent Federation is currently at war with Genesis Federation and operations are currently ongoing. Our forces have recently started to perform offensive operations against Genesis utilizing specialized teams. In the last 2 weeks, the Warriors and Protectors of the North have destroyed approximately 1.2 trillion ISK in Genesis assets, including 35 personal outposts in their territories within the South. There have been many good fights all around. This is a unique war since allies of Pantheon joined this war in support of that organization, and the Genesis Federation has continued to escalate after Pantheon surrendered to us and disbanded. Silent Federation is only seeking to find amiable terms for both sides to end the conflict, to allow the North and the South to work towards building the Eve Echoes community and further support players' interest in the future development of the game. I'm told at this time that there are no negotiations being met. They are still within fighting terms. No peace terms have been coalesced. And we turn to look at Catch, where it has become a hotbed of strife between AAA Red Machine and RIP and No Please Stop. Several large-scale battles have been fought, both won and lost on both sides. Within the fighting in Catch, several citadels have been taken down. One in the system of 6BPS Tech T. And I'm getting a report of another entoased level 2 citadel as well. I do not have the system for that one. Reaching out to Tahini of No Please Stop, he does give congratulations to the Russians, saying that they fight very smart. He is very impressed on how they study how No fights, and that how No had to switch doctrines to fast brawlers to beat them. He also goes on to say that it's a very high challenge, which is making the game very fun because he never knows what's going to happen when the fleets meet. Now another week goes by, and yes, there is another huge battle on the Chinese server, 1500 plus. This time the full battle was streamed. This battle was against PIBC and KOFR. The battle itself lasted, I believe, that was told 8 hours. The whole thing was streamed. There was no blackouts, there was no disconnects, there was no lag. It's nice that they can have those things and we can. I know the devs said they're working on it. It just seems to keep going downhill for us. However, it was streamed, and as you can see, I will put a link in the description to watch the fight if you wanted to. And yeah, there was no issues on that. But this leads us to another story that happens outside of the game, and that's on the Reddit of Eve Echoes itself. Over the last 48 hours, longtime members of the community have been permanently banned from the Eve Echoes subreddit. Now, this all seems to have stemmed from a post that Tahini made on the subreddit about Kofor and PIBC having this epic fight with zero lag. And then seemingly the post had vanished. Now, Tahini reached out to the mods and asked about his post and whether it was banned or deleted or hid by the mods. Tahini states that they told him no, it wasn't, but to him it seemed like a shadow ban because no one could find the post. And when his thread was referenced back via DMs, it was pointing to the same thread that was put up by Run. Now, of course, a war of words would ensue that would spill across Discord servers. And this would ultimately lead to a number of users getting permanently banned from the subreddit. Now, the mod MTG Leviathan did post on this, exactly detailed his side of the events. He posted saying that a user called Tahini had a post that he thought wasn't showing up. We manually approved it, and he accused the mod team of shadow banning, and that's not how shadow bans work. The rest of his posts were fine. Removed posts show as removed to the user. Put simply, he wasn't shadow banned. He claims that this was due to the subreddit being linked with NetEase, which was not the case. He states that he ignored the mods telling him that he had not been shadow banned, and called us sleazy troglodytes, leading to a relatively minor temporary ban of a few days until he calmed down. He responded further with more abuse in a mod mail, so got told the ban would be lifted when he addressed the situation without vitriol. He decided to contact the game's community manager to state that if he wasn't unbanned, he'd stop spending his money for the game, who summarily told him that we are in fact independent of the NetEase moderators and that they have no sway there. He goes on to say that he reached out to him personally to explain that his ban was liftable upon simply addressing the issue at hand, and was told in no uncertain terms that he would send people to spam the subreddit if he remained banned, that the mod team had messed with the wrong person. As we didn't agree to lift the ban, and considering this was the second time he had attempted to brigade the subreddit, the ban was left in place. So he pinged as many of his connections in-game in an attempt to brigade, send a large group of people to spam negative comments or downvotes the subreddit, and made his own subreddit so that he can still use the platform to post his Echoes-related content. Those engaging in the brigade in a minor sense free Tahini spam were given a single-day ban as a warning. Those participating in a major sense, using the subreddit to advertise his subreddit, were giving a full ban. All in all, the moderation team will never accept people threatening them, and the idea that being able to openly spam the subreddit is free speech is just the general misconception that it doesn't matter who you are, but you have to follow the subreddit rules to participate, same as any other subreddit on Reddit in general. And to close off, he said that's pretty much it. 90% of the bans in this spam wave are 24-hour temp bans. Realistically speaking, everybody has to follow the same rules. Shilling over subs made the dispute the community is obvious, not acceptable here. Now, I've known MTG Leviathan for a while. I always thought he was a fair mod, and always very detail-oriented. However, there was a mod that was not so level-headed that posted something that Tahini got a perma from the sub for doing Tahini things. Tahini has been getting dudes to brigade the sub pretty hard since he got banned. The brigaders are all getting banned. The brigaders that were banned are upset they were banned for brigading, then made their own subreddit as a result. That's the story. Now, some of the information here is completely false. I know this because I am a mod of that subreddit. That subreddit was made over 2 months ago. And the reason that subreddit was made over 2 months ago by Space Karen, the Real Beck, myself, and I forget who else's moderators there, was that we wanted a subreddit that was moderated by actual players of the game, as some of the mods in the actual Echoes subreddit do not actually play the game. We also wanted NetEase to have a hand in that community as well. Secondly, all the people that have been sending me screenshots of bans have all been permabanned, not actual 24-hour bans like they stated. Some from just putting up hashtags free Tahini, while others made interesting posts, creative posts, and these were taken down and they were banned as well. Now, this also spilled across the Pew Discord, where the mod in question would also further argue with the players, going on stating words such as, "Oh, mods don't need to be neutral," regardless of the mechanics of exactly what happened to the thread. There's no way that we could see, because the mod said they're not going to release all the information of what they see of the posted shadow ban, or because I know one of the mods said that they had to approve something, and then miraculously the thread was there again. Regardless of that, if you want to be an unbiased moderator of the subreddit, you should not be going on to Discord and falling into the trap of arguing with the players, and then saying that you don't have to be neutral, because then that basically shows right there, if you're angry at somebody, you can just take whatever actions you want. The facts of the story are, the thread disappeared. The thread has now come back, but a huge chunk of players have been permanently removed from the Eve Echoes subreddit. And these are longtime contributors, over a year plus, to that subreddit. Now, Tahini is working hand in hand with a bunch of other leaders of alliances and null blocks, and they are opening up, like I said, they want people to come over to the new subreddit, which is Echoes_Eve. And this is a subreddit run by actual active players, and they're trying to get NetEase hand involved in this and give some of the moderation and administration of this subreddit to NetEase developers. So if you would like a fresh start on the Reddit itself, I do ask you to come on over and check out Echoes_Eve, and you decide for yourself which camp you want to stay in, or go with both. Dual exposure can never hurt. My heart does go out to the players that did get a permanent ban. It does seem a little excessive from just posting free Tahini. I mean, I've seen some really, really toxic crap go down on the subreddit in the last year and a half, and those players have not gotten banned. So, like I said, you don't have to leave the community willingly. You can be part of both communities, but please do check out Echoes_Eve. And in our last community story this week, there was a big fight in Fountain between Boop, Beer, and RECT. Now, this fight went down in 90 QW TAC W, and after a Citadel explosion, the forces of Beer and Boop decided to visit their RECT home, and it was all fun and games for the 77 plus Boop Beer fleet versus the 40 RECT that showed up for a defense. Now, this defensive fleet also had 3 dreads within it. The battle proceeded, but after a few moments, what can only be described as a defensive flex, RECT undocked 4 carriers into the battle. Now, this makes numerous battleships and 7 capitals on the grid, which then started dismantling the Beer Boop fleet. I am told that everyone on both sides has had a blast and is hailing this as one of their favorite fights in the recent memory. So congratulations to Beer, Boop, and RECT for providing each other some great entertainment. Also coming up later today, I'd like to direct everyone over to Killmark Collectors channel for a charity live stream he will be hosting between 4 p.m. Mountain Time till 8 p.m. Mountain Time. All proceeds will be taken in via Super Chats, and they'll be donated to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Now, he'll be doing a lot of things during this live stream, such as faction warfare, low-sec roams, ask anything, as well as 1v1 against other content creators. So I do implore you, if you have a few extra dollars in your pocket, it could mean the world to a needy child that is suffering through the holiday in St. Jude's Hospital. It is a definitely worthy charity. So come on over, have some fun, talk, and if you're feeling generous, please donate. Again, that's over at Killmark Collectors channel. I will have a link in the description below. And yeah, have a great time. Go visit them. Now, I also want to bring your attention to a future series that's going to be coming to this channel. That's right, I have created a Content Creator Summit. Now, this is going to be roundtable discussions with your favorite content creators. And I'm trying to get a few episodes out of this. And we're going to move on maybe at least once or twice a month with both groups, discussing all aspects of the Eve Echoes game. Now, if you have suggestions that you want to hear content creators talk on, please contact your favorite content creator, send those suggestions in, and they will bring it to our discussion, and we'll move forward with that. Now, there's going to be names in here that you know. Maybe there's content creators that you don't know. We have everyone from Captain Benzie, Gigaforte, all the way down to Achieved. We have PM Blue, a programmer. We have Gengar. We have Voxel. We have Killmark Collector. And many, many more. So again, if you want to hear a topic discussed within these roundtable discussions, please feel free to send it to your favorite content creator who will make it to the show. Now, this week on What the Fit is this Harbinger prototype, which is ready for whatever fight comes their way. Frigs are incoming, no problem. He's got small snubs for that. Cruisers? Easy. We got 2 medium snubs and an autocannon. Is it something bigger? Well, that's okay too, because we have a large snub and large rapids to make short work of that. Defenses are no problem on this fit, as it takes advantage of both shields and armor, but if you do need to rep for your armor, you're covered with this small repper. And no worries, as you should never need it, as this fit uses multiple types of ECM warfare, and it is rigged to maximize all those types of DPS. So if you see a ship out there that you are just scratching your head and saying, what the fit is wrong with that? Well, you just send it in to me and I'll make sure it gets up on the screen. Now, this week in Big Kills, now remember, Big Kills are 5 billion plus now for those kills. Those are group kills. We start off with the 6 Seal Alliance with this 5 billion Macarial and 2 Charon freighters, one for 13.7 billion and the other 15.1. TSC, the Space Cows, give us a 12.5 billion Rattlesnake. Genesis Federation gives us a 7.2 billion Balgorn, a 13.9 billion Charon Freighter, and a 5.5 billion Nightmare. Happy Bees Hispana gives us a 6.3 billion Balgorn kill. Nomadic Nightmares with a 5.1 billion Macarial kill. DT13 with a 7.4 billion Balgorn kill. No Please Stop gives us a 5.3 billion Vindicator, a 5.1 billion Macarial, and a 5.2 billion Nightmare kill. Now, we did have some capital kills this week. In fact, we had 2, and they were both carriers. First up is Happy Bees Hispania with a 33.2 billion Nidhogger kill. And followed up by that is No Please Stop, which downed another carrier this week with an impressive 46.7 Nidhogger kill. And now we move into everyone's favorite part of the show. That's right, it's the solo kills of the week and a chance to win a free Omega combo. Now remember, we did split these lists up, both industrial kills as well as PvP kills. The top one on either list will receive an Omega combo. So for the industrial kills of the week, we only have 3 entries. We have Ginger with a 1.1 billion Procurer kill. We have Augie Oi Oi with a 2.3 billion coveted 2 kill. And we have Dinkin with a 4.7 billion coveted 2 kill, winning the chart for his free Omega combo. In the solo PvP chart, we have Tomahawk with a 1.9 billion Daredevil kill, OG Bush with a 3.703 billion Macario kill, Bad Moon with a 3.775 billion Rattlesnake kill, Murmur gives us a 4.6 billion Rattlesnake kill, and the winner of the PvP free Omega combo this week is Pen with a 4.7 billion Stratios kill. Alright, Pen and Dinkin, please get together with me on Discord so I can get that prize out to you. Now, if you need more news in your life, trust me, you do, go on over and check out Sky News, the Russian premier news network. But don't worry, the videos are also edited to have captions of the English variety. Obviously, this close to the holidays, my brain's not working. But they have a great production team over there. Go check it out. And as always, check out Rambo's Echoes of New Eden podcast with roundtable discussions and an interview with a prominent figure within the community. Now, I hope you all have a great week, a great weekend. Fly safe. And remember, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front. And if I don't see you beforehand, have a great holiday, guys.